Today on the Savage Board Gaming channel, a first playthrough of Distilled, a spirited strategy game. So, just wanted to play some newer games that I haven't played before, so thought I'd play a game of Distilled. I've heard a lot about this game, never played it before. Went through the tutorial on BGA. Thought I had a pretty good understanding of it, but as I start playing I realized I was a little bit confused in certain things, but I now understand everything. So figure we go over this, my first game. It's my only game of it also. Maybe that will change here soon. I kind of liked it, but wasn't sure if I had a solid strategy yet. So in this game, you're trying to make different types of spirits, basically, of different types of alcohol. The first thing you do when you play the game is you get two different, they're basically who you're going to be. And they have a certain power that they have. And they also have a signature recipe that only they can make. So the two I had was, it's called the Brown Brothers. They're Asia and Oceania. It says, during a sell phase, gain 2 victory points. When selling a spirit from a region you have no other spirit labels from. And I'll explain spirit labels later when we start playing. And their special drink is an Oceanic Strength Gin. The other, I guess, owner of the distillery that you have is Jonah. She's from the America, Brazil. Each time she sells a spirit, she gains 1 more money. So she gains a little bit extra money for selling it. And her special drink is a Kinanaha Kasha. I don't drink, so I don't know how to even pronounce that. So you have to excuse me. I don't drink alcohol. So, so I decided to take this one. It seemed pretty straightforward also. Both of them were pretty good, but this one gave me victory points. So that's why I decided to go with, not knowing how to play the game real well yet. So started with, because of my character, and I don't know if I can show you that. Tells you what you're going to start with here. I get 4 money, a yeast, and a water. That's my starting ingredients. So how this game works is there's 4 phases of every round, and there are 7 rounds in the game. So the first phase we'll go through is the market phase. So in the market phase, you can buy from any of these different markets. And there's 4 different ones. There's the basic market, right? Which has some free stuff, which doesn't cost you anything. And then some little bit more expensive stuff. And this is the price down here in the bottom corner. This cost 1. And they have different symbols on them based on what they are. This is a grain sugar. This is a plant sugar. This is a fruit sugar. These symbols are what they are. This is a clay barrel. And this is a wooden barrel, right? So that's the first market. Second market is upgrades. In the upgrade section, there are specialists, right, and equipment. So specialists, and they all give you powers and different ways to score at the end for the most part, right? Then you have fancy ingredients, which are a little bit higher end, and they do things, but they're a little bit more expensive, right? And then you have items, premium items. So these are like bottles and barrels and different things like that. You also start with a few things. So if I go, I keep forgetting this. I start off with a metal barrel and a reusable bottle, right? So that's real sanitary, in my opinion. Keep reusing it. So I'm first, I think, right? So I look down here, and these are the alcohols you can build, right? Or create, I should say, not build. You automatically have these two unlocked. If you want any of these other ones, it costs money based on this cube here. For a bronze, it costs 2, silver 4, gold 6, right? So I'm probably going to make one of these two off the bat. So I need some type of sugar. So I think I just get the grain sugar for free. That's what I do. No, I buy a jar. Oh, yeah. So I bought this mason jar. It says when selling, it gives you 2 extra money, right? But if you're selling moonshine, you gain 4 money instead. So that means we're going to try to make moonshine on this first turn, which is pretty easy to do. Because you need money to buy things to build better, or create better alcohol. So it's like a little bit of engine building, but not really. It's more like gathering stuff and then creating. Gathering stuff and creating. Okay. So my opponent, I didn't pay too much about what they were doing. Maybe I should. So they took mountain spring water, which is a premium ingredient. So I don't know if they'll show me it here. So we'll get to their board. So they got regular water. Wait, what? They said they got mountain spring water. Oh, they revealed that. They got basic water. I'm sorry. So when you take one of these cards, they do different things. So if you look at the bottom here, I don't know if you can see that. Let's scroll in here. When purchased, immediately gain 1 money. May not be traded, right? For the water is, when purchased, you may reveal the top card of any market deck to all players. Purchase it or return it to the bottom of the deck. So it's another way of getting an extra buy during your turn. And you get nothing for sugars. I think I forgot about this when my first couple of rounds. I didn't understand the whole process right away. So I'm going to buy something. I'm going to buy, well, I have to get the grain sugar. We know that, right? I don't have much money. I just took a basic grain sugar from the display. It didn't move off of here because it's always available for the most part. My opponent PT got rice. Once again, it's this right here, and this looks like it gives you a victory point and some other stuff. I can't read it; it's too small. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit more. Now we can maybe see it better. Oh, that's just flavor text. Never mind. Flavor text, Brian. Okay. So I feel like an idiot now. So I still got money. I can't afford any upgrades. I've already bought a bottle. I've gotten this here. I really don't need anything else. If I take an extra yeast, it didn't cost me anything. It was free. So there was no reason not to. Okay, so here's how this works. So after you do all your buying, it's time to distill, right? It's when you're making your actual liquor. Let's go back to my board here. How that works is you'll choose the cards you want to use to create that alcohol. So in this case, I just chose 3 cards because it doesn't matter for moonshine. If I was creating vodka, I would want to add more sugar cards to it, because in this washback, and I'll explain how this works, you want at least have 1 sugar. And if you don't, you can't make it. And how it works is you take your cards, you shuffle them, and you remove the top and bottom cards, right? And whatever's left over, along with alcohol, which I think you get based on how many cards you play or something like that, I don't know, is what you can create the alcohol with, right? So if you don't have that sugar in this washback, then you can't create it. And I'll show you an example of that. I forgot about that, and it hurt pretty bad when I messed it up. So, but I'm trying to make moonshine, so it doesn't really matter. So green's gonna do theirs. Okay, I'm gonna do moonshine, like I said. And what happens here is there's labels for each type of alcohol, right? But they're in limited supply. There's only 4 moonshine, 4 vodka. Wait, maybe. I thought it was 2 times the number of players, so maybe they are doing, yeah, they did vodka. I think they did. Yeah, they did vodka. So what happens is, if you can get one of these labels, you can then place it on one of these spaces to get something for free or victory points based on what you need. So I put it here so I could get a free item, and I thought maybe I would do like whiskey or something, but I never end up, so I basically wasted this. I could have got something much better probably. You still can make these if these labels run out. You just can't get a label to get a free item, right? Okay. So that all happens at one time. We created the liquor, sold the liquor, got our labels, got our free stuff. Then it's on to the next phase. It discards, I think, the rightmost card, and then everything slides down and then put out new cards. I was fighting off that sneeze there for a while. Okay, so I see this, right? Like, why don't I try to get an upgrade? Like, because I don't know what these really do too much. I'm like looking at this, and it's like, once per market phase, discount 1 distillery upgrade by 2. So I can get this specialist, the architect, and it'll make any of these cards in this upgrade row 2 money cheaper to buy. So that's what I do. I go for this specialist here. But I think, oh, I got grain sugar first, because I was going to make soji. That's what my plan is, to make soji this turn. Which, let's go through some of these symbols. This means it uses a metal barrel, which we all have, and it doesn't age. So that's what this is. It's metal barrel, doesn't age. So that wood barrel is useless to me right now. So my opponent, they get basic water again. Sorry if this is a little bit disjointed, but my nose is acting up pretty bad right now. So we're just getting some ingredients to make stuff with. So I have 9 money because of that. I made so much money because of that jar right here, right? That I have a little bit of a money advantage over my opponent right now. So I think now is whenever, oh, they're gonna reveal a market card. Reveals wheat, which is what I have. They return it to the bottom of the deck. So I bought this upgrade, the Architect, right? You can only hold 3 upgrades. So that's the first one. Also like this one here. Forget if I get it this round or not. Yes, I do. So now I'm going to get an upgraded Specialist Trucker, right? I think. Is that the one I get? No, I don't. Actually, wait a second. Oh, okay. What I did was I unlocked Soji is what I did. This is just, there's a lot of stuff in this game to try to keep track of. So, oh, that's too small. Okay. So for this I need another, I have 2 grain, a water, and a yeast, right? And I need at least 2 grain to be showing. So this is where I make a mistake here, I think. So PT makes the spirit. Trades water for yeast. Okay. So we can see what they have here, right? By looking at their washback, right? Or maybe I can't see their washback. That's interesting. Oh, it's right here. So alcohol, yeast, and rice, right? So this can be used as either water or yeast, right? So they're probably going to make, guessing, I don't know if this is their board. Oh, they try to make whiskey, I think, and they can't do it yet. So they're probably going to make more vodka, I guess. Yep, they made more vodka. So 2 of the vodka labels are gone, which is not good. So here's my washback, right? I have 2 sugars here. So I can make the soji, so that's what I do. I just use my refillable bottle, because I don't have a new bottle yet, and create that. So I got 9 money this turn. It's not the greatest, but I have a lot of discounts. So I now have a discount on ingredients, right? So I can get all these ingredients for cheaper now, 2 cheaper. So first thing I do is get apples, right? Because the next thing I'm looking at is gin. Takes 2 fruit to create the gin in your washback, not just in the cards you spend. So they get water. They reveal barley. They don't like it, so they put it back on the deck. I get a new bottle because its ability is canister bottle. It's a European tag. There's certain things that refer to European things, which is, let me see here. Where are my scoring cards? Oh, goals, right? So one of my goals is have or be tied for the most Europe spirit labels, right? So that means I want to create Europe spirits. So this is why I pivoted away from the aged stuff, because the only thing it's aged is brandy, and it's very expensive to create, right? So I pivoted to gin because it's European, right? Okay. So that's why I went for that bottle. And what it does is, how they again, when selling, gain 1 victory point. If selling a European spirit, gain 2 instead. So it's another way of getting victory points, basically. Okay. So I still need fruit. So I just pick up this basic fruit here. And my brain was thinking, hey, you were able to create that Sochi with just 2 of these grain sugars, right? You should be able to do that with the 2 fruit also, right? The answer is no. I do pick up this free grain for later. Okay, so I still have 3 money. I could get an upgrade. Zoom back in here, sorry. I don't like any of these. I think I don't buy one. So I pass. I keep 3 money so I can build up some money for next turn, right? Okay, so in here I'm going to pick the cards. I did not get any of the fruit. I just thought I was supposed to pick everything, like, which is not how it should be done. So I can only make vodka, which, hey, I haven't done it yet. There's still a label for it, so I might as well do it and take that away from my opponent if possible, right? So here we go. So PT also does vodka, right? Okay. Now, I haven't brought this up yet, but there are some goals here that we're all working towards. That if you're the first one to get, you get the points and nobody else does, basically. Unfortunately for me, I didn't get any of these because I wasn't paying attention. Which is like sell a spirit worth 15 money or more. Sell a spirit with 4 different flavors. That's not going to happen. Okay. So here's the next part of this, right? After this round, we have to discard one of these gold cards. I think I accidentally discard this one when I shouldn't. Which is have or be tied for the most displayed European and or home bottles, right? So if I would start like looking for the bottles that had the Asia tag on them, then I could start scoring on this one. Now I know I'm going to score this one, but am I going to score this one, basically, is what it came down to. So, okay, let's discard. Yep, I kept this. Like, I don't know why I did that. There's no way I'm going to age any spirits in this game now. Okay. So my opponent's bought all these different types of alcohol, which I have not. So let's go back to my board. Okay. So these are the cards I have now, because these did not end up in the washback. I still have these, so they weren't counted towards making that alcohol. So I have this for water. I have yeast. I probably need to get more fruit to make sure I actually can do the gin. Or did I not buy the gin? Yeah, I bought the gin. Okay. Okay. my opponent's revealing a lot of stuff with the water, but they're not actually buying any of it. So I decided to get this mountain water, mountain spring water. It'll increase the value of my alcohol by 2. That's what these money symbols are. And if removed from the spirit stack during the distill phase, add a basic water to your spirit you just distilled, right? So what it's saying is if it's on the top or bottom, which are the ones we remove, you get a free water added to your spirit, right? Which will increase its value by 1. All right, so opponent's going, they buy sorghum, which is, I think, a sugar of some sort, like a plant sugar. Now I still can get a upgrade, and this one is very nice. It says at the start of the round, add any one basic ingredient into your pantry. So I can add any of these into my pantry, basically for free. So that's what I do. I get that. Now I have all 3 of my things here. So I have the green thing that discounts the ingredients. Yeah, this one, it gives me a free ingredient. This discounts upgrades, right? They're just getting a water again. Revealing rye. Did not buy it. I still have 3 money. I still need a fruit. I'm probably going to just get this fruit here. I bought a bottle. Why did I do that? Okay, I'm stupid still. I thought I got another fruit so I could make that gin finally. Because look, if I add all this, right? Say if I add water, yeast, fruit, right? There's a good chance I'm not getting 2 fruit in that. So I have to add more stuff, you know? Maybe I went reckless here and just added all the stuff that was in here to the to the thing here, right? I wish it would just show me, because it's like, guess I'm making vodka. So I did it again. Wow. So as you can tell, I'm not doing too well. Even though I'm leading in points. This is the only thing that was giving me hope. I'm leading in victory points right now. Okay. So here we go. Back in the pantry. I have figs. Because what I did was, I think I put my vodka on the gain ingredient space, right? Gain an upgraded ingredient, basically. Alright, so I just need fruit sugar now. So I got it. I was smart. I took the mixed fruits. I then get another one just to make sure, because I finally realized what I was doing wrong. So I look at these upgrades here, right? We have this, which is not great for me. This is okay. You know, add a basic water card to your pantry, end game, 1 victory point for each of your equipment distillery upgrades, right? I think I accidentally take this. Let's see here. Yeah, I read it wrong. So we're getting 2 points. We're not getting 3, right? I think I just read it as upgrades. So there's a lot of mistakes I made in this, which gives me hope because that I can do a lot better next time. If I just know what I'm doing and take the time to read everything. They reveal figs. They returned it. So they've revealed a whole bunch of stuff and not bought anything, which is weird to me. So I take a water. Okay. Saying I could buy this for 7, which I don't have enough money for. It's a barrel, which I'm not aging anything anyway, so... Okay. I can either end it, or I can buy more stuff. Looking down here, that's for like Asia spirits, but this one is for European spirits, which is what I want to make, right? So I think I get this card here. No, I ended my market phase. What? I thought I bought this for some reason. Maybe it's next turn I buy it. Okay. No, it's not next turn either. Must select all the ingredients, so I just go all in on fruit just to make sure I could do it, I think. I just selected everything. Okay. So I have enough fruit this time to make gin. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it into my fancy bottle. Once we get to that part, I think that's the next step. Yep, I put it into this fancy bottle, which I had. I have 2 fancy bottles. So this one was also, when selling, gain 2 victory points, gain 3 if it's from Europe. So that's what I was confused about. Because I still have another one, I think. Or did I? Let's see here. Yeah, I have this one still, which does similar things, right? Okay. They make soji. So I got a big victory point lead. I don't know how good of a lead this was at the time. So I just I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and maybe try to make rum or something, or my signature recipe, basically, is what I thought about, right? So that's what this was, which is move your signature ingredient to your pantry, right? So if you see here, I have this right here, which is cinnamon juniper berries, which is what I need to make that signature recipe. Now this space is the only way you can get your signature ingredient to make that recipe. So you definitely want to do that sooner or later, right? Let's see here. Let's go through this. I get water, because what I need is 3 fruit, and one of them must be the juniper berries that are in the wash. So it's kind of risky to do it, because if it doesn't show up in that wash, you're making something else, right? So here we go. I get to select something for free. Going to keep on the fruit train here. The more fruit I can get, the better off I am. I can get a discounted ingredient Unfortunately, there's no fruit here, so I can't really get it from there. What do I get instead? I get more water. I think what I was trying to do was reveal to see if maybe, just maybe, I could get fruit from revealing a card, you know? Because I have so much money right now, it's ridiculous, you know? I get turbo yeast, increases the value, once again, of what I'm making. I get some regular grain for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Alright, so this is what I have here. Okay, so I'm going to select as much as possible. You got to be careful because it doesn't want these, right? So I luck out and get all my fruit. So I pushed my luck there a little bit, but it was worth it, I think, in the end. Okay, so I'm going to sell that here in a second. I put it in that European bottle. I think it's European. Oh, it's not. So it tells me right here everything. Like, I should have been looking at this. I sold the Oceanic Gin for 9 money and 15 victory points. Money breakdown is 6 for the ingredients, 1 for the barrel, 1 for the bottle, 1 for the spirit. SP breakdown is 4, 1, 10. So I don't know what the SP is. Maybe that's the victory point, spirit points. Yeah, so that's why I got 15 here. It was 1 for the barrel, 1 for the bottle, 10 for the spirit. Okay, that makes sense. I now know what to look for. Okay, so let's keep going here. Just gonna keep doing what I've been doing. No sense changing at this point. I get this etched crystal decanter, which is another European tagged bottle that will give me more victory points if it's from Europe, the spirit, right? Still have 13 money here. I get more of the mountain spring water. So I want to use all these special ingredients to make gin one more time, because there's no way I can make brandy, I think, at this point. It's the last turn. It would cost me a lot of money just to get the recipe for it, and it needs to be aged, so there's no sense in doing that, right? I have a 24-point lead at the moment, so I get another fruit, nothing fancy, and the market phase. Get all 3 fruits here. I can make gin again. Use the metal barrel. There is a special metal barrel, but I didn't see it, so. Okay. It sold for 10 money and 13 victory points. So up to 61 victory points. And I just think I put a label out there for 2 more victory points because I knew we were at the end of the game, so I figured I'd just cover up something to get 2 more victory points. very scary here because I seen that in-game was 61. I was like, wait a second, how did that happen? But then I have all these other things, my bottles, my distillery upgrades, my goals. Our money was about even, so it didn't make much difference. So, and I won by 1 point. 1 point. So we'll go through the points real quick. So in game was, the 61 I had from creating all those spirits, right? The bottle scoring is this, right? So that's all the bottle scoring, right? Which gave me 4 distillery upgrades, right? I had 1 for each of your vodka and moonshine spirit labels, right? So I had 2 vodkas and a moonshine, right? So that was 3 points. Then I had 2 points here for my equipment, and then 1 point here. That's where the 6 came from, right? Then money is just 1 for every 5, right? So 4 points. So that's Distilled. I think I like this game. I'm just not sure if I have a solid grasp on the strategy yet. Like, I need to go back and see how my opponent caught up at the end there. It just seemed abrupt, where they just got 40 points all of a sudden out of nowhere. So, like I said, I do like it. I now understand how the whole distilling works. So I should be able to play much better next time. But so if you like this content, please, like and subscribe. It'll really help me out a lot. And if you want to, leave a comment. If you played Distilled before, please let me know. Or if you're interested in learning more about it, I would suggest going through the tutorial on BGA or watching a video online. I did like a basic overview of it. I didn't really go in depth into anything. And until next time, have a nice night.